Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone Zero, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. So, boy, I hope everyone here likes Spook Shack. Starting with in-game news, although the 2.2 livestream just happened, we have already got something brand new to talk about, and that is the drip marketing for patch 2.3 already releasing, showing off 3 new agents, all of which belong to Spook Shack. The first 2 shown off were Komano Manato, who everyone has been waiting for, but there is some unfortunate news for all of the Komano Manato enjoyers. The fact that he was revealed alongside somebody else, and that his video was basically a still image instead of a live 2D, basically guarantees that he is going to be an A rank character. But Manato is going to be an A rank fire Rupture agent, so I guess that means that the Rupture class is at least no longer going to be limited to just, well, limited agents. The actual S rank character revealed alongside Komano, both of which will of course be the first half banner of the patch, is Lucia, a grimoire and staff wielding witch author thing. But whatever her character is, Lucia herself is going to be an S-rank Ether support agent, our 3rd ever limited supporter. The other S-rank revealed, and the one who will be on the second half of the patch 2.3 banners, is Yidhara, and I'm sure her design will definitely get certain fans of a specific anime genre very excited. But Yidhara, also being from Spook Shack, is going to be an Ice Rupture agent. Her drip market video specifically also does have some fancy little text flashing towards the end of it, so that might be alluding to something, so maybe keep an eye out for that, in terms of either the lore or maybe how she's connected to Spook Shack. Obviously, these 3 new characters were only just revealed, but they will still be a long way away until they are actually in-game, which is actually kinda great, because it means that now, hopefully, you can make a more informed decision on whether or not you want to actually pull for anyone during patch 2.2. Speaking of patch 2.2 though, last week was the live stream going over all of the new content in the patch. If you haven't yet caught up on what was revealed, I do have a video going over everything that you missed in case you still need to catch up. But be sure to watch the rest of this video first before going and checking out that recap. But either way though, coming back now to the present patch 2.1, in-game this week you can expect to see a double drop event for combat simulation stages, which seems like a perfect time to start stocking up on upgrade materials for the plethora of new agents coming our way in the near future. The double drop event starts on Wednesday the 27th and will run until the 1st of September. And of course, a new week means another Shiyu defense reset, with a new set of buffs, and this week, when the Friday reset rolls around, the buff this time around will increase all agents' physical and electric damage by 20%, as well as all anomaly proficiency by 40 points. And further, any ultimate, aftershock, special attack, or EX special attack will deal 20% more damage and 40% more crit damage. Moving over onto social media news though, the first thing to say is happy birthday to Hugo, as well as anybody else that has a birthday anytime soon. It's not very often that we have a male birthday, so let's all wish him a very happy one. Although I guess that's maybe because we don't have many males, but I guess that's besides the point, right? Next up, recently the collaboration featuring Razer merchandise with Miyabi branding went live, and everything was sold out within hours. But if you weren't able to get your hands on any of the collab items, what you can get for free is a new set of stickers available to download off of the HoYoLab site using the link in the description below. And that's pretty much it for social media news. Although I guess technically speaking, the sudden drip marketing does count as social media stuff, which I would just like to say I am very glad that we have once again seen the drip marketing before the banners drop for the new patch. I know it is possible that now people will completely forget about 2.2 and the Seed and Orpheus banners because of the drip marketing, but to be honest, if you were so easily swayed to forget about the OBOL members just because of this drip marketing, that's just a sign that maybe you were never really that interested in the OBOL squad members that much in the first place. But with that being said though, let's move over to the speculation zone. Of course, the thing we need to talk about are the 3 new revealed agents, all of which are from Spook Shack. Sure, Komano Manato we understand. Also, I'm so sorry to anyone who was hoping that he'd be an S rank. But otherwise, where the heck did Lucia and Yidhara come from? Well, funnily enough actually, when it comes to Lucia, if you've been following Zenless Zone Zero for a while, and I mean a while, since the beta tests even, you'll know that there used to be a character named Lucia way back then. However, that Lucia was a big titty nun wielding a big hammer. Now, the Lucia that has been revealed from Spook Shack, however, looks nothing like her, but she does at least share the same name. Meanwhile, Yidhara, the other Spook Shack member, wields a big hammer. Now, the beta with the nun Lucia was a long time ago, So it's hard to say what exactly happened to that version of Lucia. Maybe the entire character was scrapped and the only things that carried over were the name and the weapon, which ended up being reused across these two different characters. But maybe it just happens to be two very funny coincidences and we might still get the Big Titty Hammer Nun just under a different name. Who knows? Something we do know about the upcoming agents though are the elements and more importantly, the classes of these new agents. 2 Rupture agents and a support agent. First though, let's go over Lucia, the Ether support. So Zenless Zone Zero and Hoyoverse in general tend to be creatures of habit. After all, once you find something that works, why not just do it again? Now, as a reminder from the 2.2 livestream, we will be getting 2 brand new disc sets. Dawn's Melody, which buffs basic attacks on attackers, which very much looks geared to be the Obol Squad member disc set of choice, as well as the Moonlight Lullaby set, which provides energy regen and a damage bonus to the whole team if equipped on a supporter. And now, this is looking to be the second time where we get what seems to be a very busted support disc set, followed by a limited S-rank Ether support on the following patch. First Astra and Astral Voice, and now Lucia and Moonlight Lullaby. Now, the last time that this happened, both that limited supporter and the disc set pretty much defined the whole meta until, well, now. So, all I'll say is that history does tend to repeat itself. But considering that Lucia is our 3rd limited supporter, and the first is Astra, which is kind of an attacker supporter, and we just got Yidhara, who is kind of an anomaly supporter, since the other 2 new characters in 2.3 are both Rupture agents, I think it's pretty safe to say that Lucia herself is very likely going to be a Rupture supporter, which means not only buffing the other 2 Spook Shack members, but also the ever-powerful Yi Shen. The only other question to consider is how exactly Komano and Yidhara will work as Rupture agents, since we really only have Yi Shen to go off of, and it's hard to tell if Yi Shen is the norm or the exception. Will all Rupture agents scale off of max health? I'm sure they probably will, but more importantly, what I want to know is, will they all feature the concept of multiple ultimate attacks? Because the multiple ultimates would really help Rupture agents synergize well with Jufufu's decibel boosting team passive. And assuming that all Rupture agents will scale off of health, does that mean that Lucia will buff your usual stuff like damage percent and attack, but then maybe instead of crit damage like Astra or anomaly proficiency like Yidhara, maybe the other thing that Lucia will buff is your HP? But of course, as always, this is just speculation. With drip marketing being revealed so early, it means there is plenty of time for us to play the guessing game until the kits are officially revealed. Otherwise though, thank you all for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, liking, commenting and subscribing is greatly appreciated. So until next time, bye bye. Also, I will say, if you're wondering why my voice sounds so different, no, this isn't like a really bad AI or anything. It's just that I am basically dying because I think I caught some type of something, possibly while I was overseas. I don't know if it was the air in America, maybe it's just the nasty LA air, maybe it's the classic convention flu or whatever, but I do apologize if my voice does sound a bit jarring today.